This is worthy of note, and what makes it most worthy of note to me, for my audience, is I believe it's a sign, it's an indicator, it's representative of the fact that in the next week to 10 days or less, XRP is probably going to take a bullish run.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.
Hi, I'm DK Will, and this is DK. We'll talk about it. I made that statement on May 2nd, and today is May 8th. And on May 2nd, which is right about here, I believe, let me get that out of the way. Right about here is May 2nd. Looked like it might have not have been true, but here it is, 6 days later, a bullish run. And I don't think it's over yet because the leader of the pack, Bitcoin, is also doing what it does. And Bitcoin, if this screen would load, has gone up to $102,550. The high is about 106. That's in the past. So yeah, that bull run is happening. And it's happening now. And in that video that I did back on the 2nd of May, I also mentioned that they control the narrative. And so here we are, May 8th, and what is pushing this bull run? There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. I can't cover it all, and I don't want to make this video very long. But something very important is this letter here to the Honorable Judge Annalisa Torres, that SEC has now filed a request to drop the case. And that narrative is contributing. That's one of the things contributing. And it says, Dear Judge Torres, the plaintiff, Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, and defendant Ripple Labs, pursuant to the Federal Rule of Civil Procedure and the settlement agreement attached hereto as Exhibit A, jointly request an indicative ruling as to whether the court would, upon joint motion by said parties, A, dissolve the injunction included in the final judgment in this matter, and B, order that the escrow account holding the $125+ million of civil penalty imposed against Ripple in the final judgment be released and distributed, with $50 million paid to the SEC in full satisfaction of that penalty, and the remainder paid to Ripple. Things that we've heard about already, but now it's in writing, it's been done. If the court issues the requested indicative ruling, the SEC and Ripple will move the United States Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit, pursuant to, for a limited remand, to seek such relief from this court. These steps reflect a settlement agreement reached among the SEC and defendants Ripple, Bradley Garlinghouse, and Christian Larson collectively. And then it starts with a little history and everything. But folks, that was a removal, and a removal like that helped things like this happen. And it's just getting started because something else happened that's very important. Bogey. I just realized Bogey's making a lot of noise. I have to apologize for my parrot. I've grown numb to his noise, and I apologize that you have to endure it. I'll try to do something about it. But there's more important news to be covered here. And if you like the content I'm providing, please make sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications, and then come back for more DK Will Talk About It. And that's this information right here, released yesterday by the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. The OCC clarifies bank authority to engage in crypto asset custody, they can hold it, and execution services, they can move it for us. Everyone said XRP is the banker's coin. Well, here come the banks. We know the financial institutions are coming. And that's the reason in my prior video I said these numbers, I don't agree with these numbers, those projections. It's worth far more than those projections. But the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, the OCC, today clarified permissible bank activities related to crypto asset custody and execution services. I did another video a couple years ago, Bogey, about the OCC. And I'll put the card in this one in a ruling that they made back then. It said they published the interpretive letter 1184 to confirm that national banks and federal savings associations may buy and sell assets held in custody at the customer's direction. The crypto exchanges now have competition from the banks and are permitted to outsource to third parties bank permissible crypto asset activities. Crypto is about to blow up like we can't imagine. And it's moves like this that tell us that we are in the right place at the right time. It says, as with any activity, a bank must conduct crypto asset custody activities, including via a sub-custodian, in a safe and sound manner in compliance with applicable law like anti-money laundering laws, AML, KYC, Know Your Customer laws, Bank Secrecy Act laws. Yes, they're going to have to do it the right way, but now they can outsource it to places like Coinbase and Gemini and Binance and Kraken and so on and so forth. And here's the other part. The banks are not in the business of cryptocurrency, but cryptocurrency in the ledger, XRPL, and that type of technology, the on-demand liquidity, is going to be the way of the money movement. And that means now the banks are in a place where, just like Ripple, they need to compete with Ripple, and they need to do some acquisitions, and they need to acquire maybe some amps, maybe some quants, maybe some H bars and V chains. Folks, here we go. Now, of course, I put myself out on a limb when I say things like this, because when I said about in a 6 days, less than 10 days, there would be a bullish move, it's just instinctive. And this too is just instinctive. It's the tea leaves, people, and it's what's coming. And I'm gonna put this up here because it has a statement, a 1 minute and a half statement from the SEC acting commissioner right now. I guess that's his role. It's commissioner. I don't know if my sound's going to work, so I'm going to play it. And if it sounds good, I'm going to leave it on. If not, I'm going to let you know that the sound working. I'll edit it accordingly. So let's listen in to this. More than 50 million Americans. Okay, as you saw, the sound died out. It didn't work. He's acting comptroller of the currency. I said SEC commissioner. That was a mistake. Talking faster than I can think. So it didn't work. I'm not going to be able to do it. I'll put the link in here so that you can go watch it, at least on WatcherGuru. That's one of the sources. I'm sure a lot of people are playing it. But I'm gonna break here and go into what I followed up with. I had to cut and edit because we listened to him for a minute and a half and it didn't work out. But like I said, I'll put the link in the description. That's huge. I just realized maybe I'll turn on closed caption, and that way maybe the AI will say what he said in case the sound doesn't come through. We are in a wonderful place right now, folks. And that's why the bullish run has started. And they knew it was coming. They knew they would be releasing this on the 8th. Thursdays are great, aren't they? They knew it. And that's why they liquidated the monies before, just like I said in the prior video. And this is all I really got to cover right now because Bogey's getting on my nerves. So I hope you enjoyed it because this is what I wanted to talk about. And maybe I'll go down the road a little bit and talk a little bit more about it. But for now, the case is completely over. The banks have been released for the banker's coin, and the institutions are swarming in. That's another thing I have to cover, but I decided to do this instead. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like. I hope you subscribe. I hope you share, and I hope you get me an audience because this is DK Will, and let me try that again. This is DK Will. Talk about it, and I've talked about it. Have a wonderful day.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right.